My package was literally smoking, not from heat or weather or some delivery accident, but from bleach. A full industrial-sized jug of bleach had been dumped straight onto a $2 million Etruscan artifact, right on my front porch. And the woman who did it? The HOA president, clipboard in hand, smile on face. I live in Rosewood Estates, a neighborhood that tries to look like a Pinterest board threw up on it. Perfect hedges, perfect sidewalks, and an HOA that thinks it's the Pentagon. I'm Jack Remington. I work from home as a museum consultant and artifact authenticator. Quiet guy, keeps to himself, lost his wife a couple years ago. Basically not the type to start fights with neighborhood Karens. Until now. That morning, I had just come back from grabbing groceries when I saw the package. This massive insulated crate, sitting there on the porch, bubbling at the seams, smoking like some DIY chemistry experiment gone wrong. The stench hit me first. That sharp chemical burn that makes your eyes water. I dropped the groceries and just stared, because that package wasn't just some Amazon impulse buy. It was a 2,300-year-old idol, on loan from a private collector in Italy, flown in with a custom seal, insurance, climate-controlled shipping, the works. I had arranged the delivery down to the minute, cleared a space inside for safe inspection, left instructions on the door. I ran straight to the porch cam and rewound the footage. And there she was, Trudy Halvers, our self-appointed HOA tyrant, striding up in her fluorescent windbreaker and surgical gloves, reaching into her oversized tote and pulling out bleach. No hesitation, just glug, glug, glug like she was watering the roses. Then she snapped a photo, like it was some kind of trophy, and walked away. I was still trying to wrap my head around it when Marcus, my neighbor, knocked on the door. "Hey man, did you have some kind of power surge? My toaster shot sparks and my wife screamed." I blinked at him, then remembered. The artifact had been placed right next to my smart delivery panel, hooked into the porch outlet, the lockbox, the whole front-end electrical grid. Sure enough, the box was scorched, the outlet half melted, and that was just my house. Within the hour, 5 other neighbors showed up complaining about flickering lights, burnt outlets, and glitching appliances. Trudy's bleach attack had shorted the transformer line shared by a chunk of the block. I called the insurance company first. When I told them bleach had dissolved the package, the guy on the phone actually groaned. Then he asked if I had footage. Oh, I had footage. I sent it along with a statement to my lawyer, Riley Tran. Sharp as legal brain, I know. Her reply? One word. War. And just when I thought it couldn't get more surreal, I found a pink violation slip in my mailbox. Handwritten by Trudy, of course. Unapproved package, invisible location, fine pending, code 14B. I laughed, loud. The woman who destroyed a priceless artifact. Fined me for receiving it. But it didn't stop there. Jenna, lives 2 doors down, told me her solar battery system had shorted the same day. 3 violation slips showed up at her door, along with a note from Trudy warning her about off-grid energy endangering community safety. Brian, a few blocks over, got accused of illegal voltage siphoning because of his Tesla charger. A pattern was forming. Trudy wasn't just some busybody enforcing lawn codes. She was targeting anything and anyone that didn't fit her narrow definition of HOA approved. Imported goods, foreign names, smart tech, anything she didn't understand was a threat. Then I got an envelope in my mailbox. No return address. Inside was a USB drive and a single-typed sentence. She's been recording everything. Riley ran it through forensics. It was Trudy's personal surveillance archive. Secret HOA meetings, logs of suspicious residents, folders titled Non-Standard Appearances, Subversive Architecture, and my favorite, Package Profiles, Friend or Foe. I knew then this wasn't about one artifact, it was a crusade, and she'd been waging it for years. The final nail. City inspectors traced the power surges to an improperly rewired HOA junction panel. No licensed contractor, no permit, just zip ties, mismatched wires, and a hand-scrawled sticker that read, Approved by T.H. Trudy Halvers in all her glory. Doug, one of the HOA board members, showed up that evening with a can of root beer and a guilty look. "I didn't vote for any of it," he said, before I could even speak. He handed me a plastic folder, internal emails, meeting minutes, budget requests. One line stood out. $8,500 allocated to neighborhood threat response, industrial bleach, and chemical deterrence. She'd literally built a war chest. We laid it all out in my living room. Riley, me, a couple neighbors who'd had enough. Surveillance footage, electrical forensics, HOA documents, emails that read like conspiracy blogs. Riley was stone-cold calm. "We're going after her for property destruction, defamation, negligence. And if we can prove bias, federal discrimination laws kick in." The very next day, Trudy showed up on my porch, clipboard in hand, 2 board members flanking her like hostages. "We'd like to resolve this amicably," she said, fake smile stretched tight. I didn't flinch. "You bleached a priceless relic and nearly electrocuted my neighbor." One of the board members muttered, "You sprayed bleach on an international artifact, Trudy." Her face turned red. "It was unidentified. Could have been a bomb." "It had a customs seal," the other one whispered. I stepped back, let the storm door shut in her face. Then came the HOA emergency recall meeting. Trudy brought a suitcase-sized binder and a projector. She planned to present evidence of ideological infiltration. But someone had swapped her USB. What played instead? High-def footage of her spraying bleach, looped with circus music. The room erupted. One board member spit coffee onto her clipboard. Trudy screamed, yanked the cord, shouted she was being framed. Too late. The vote, 91-4. She was stripped of her title, pending civil and criminal charges. But we weren't done. We filed the lawsuit the next morning. Riley's firm versus Trudy Halvers and the Rosewood Estates HOA. Charges included destruction of international property, HOA bylaw abuse, electrical negligence, and reckless endangerment. And we hit her with the kicker, municipal tampering. That rewiring, it violated 5 city codes. 2 weeks later, a courtroom packed with reporters, neighbors, and curious podcasters watched as Riley presented it all. Footage, evidence, her own emails where she called herself the firewall defending suburban purity. When Trudy finally took the stand, she wept, said she acted out of duty, said she feared foreign threats. Riley just played the video of her humming a show tune while bleaching the crate. The judge didn't even hide the smirk. Verdict: guilty on all counts. Trudy was fined $2.3 million to the artifact's owner, $250,000 in damages to me, and permanently banned from holding any HOA-related office in the state. The HOA itself was put under 6 months of independent financial oversight. Her house went up for sale within the week. A neighbor covered the for sale sign in neon pink stickers. Unapproved structure, bleach-free zone. Now when people wave at me, they're not just being polite, they're relieved. And when I look up at that coin from the Italian collector, just a token of thanks, I remember. Sometimes justice comes slow, sometimes it smells like bleach, but sometimes it hits like thunder. So tell me, what would you have done?